Man who licks woman vagina are the most affants. There's a kind of man every woman remembers not because of his looks, money, or charm, but because he understands her in ways no one else ever did. When he listens, she feels seen. When he speaks, she feels safe. And when he touches her world, everything changes. He doesn't chase validation, he creates connection. He doesn't try to impress, he awakens emotions she didn't even know existed. This is not about being perfect. It's about mastering one rare skill, the ability to connect deeply emotionally, mentally, and energetically. Every woman may meet dozens of men in her lifetime. Some make her laugh, some make her curious, and some even make her fall for a while. But only one kind stays in her mind forever, the man who made her feel. When a man learns how to truly understand a woman's world, her moods, silences, dreams, and fears, he no longer competes for attention. He becomes her safe place. And that, right there, is where attraction transforms into something timeless. Part 1. The emotional intelligence factor. Women are intuitive, but emotional connection is their love language. Men who understand this know that confidence is not about dominance, it's about awareness. They notice tone shifts in her voice. They read the emotions behind her words. 3. They give space when she needs silence and presence when she needs support. That's emotional intelligence, and it's the single most powerful form of attraction on Earth. Part 2. The power of respectful curiosity. Most men listen to respond. Exceptional men listen to understand. When you show genuine curiosity about a woman's world, her passions, her goals, her story, you're not just talking. You're building trust. This trust turns ordinary conversations into soulful exchanges. It makes her open up more emotionally and mentally, and that's when connection begins to grow like wildfire. Part 3. Presence, the silent magnet. There's a calm, grounded energy some men carry. They don't rush. They don't perform. They simply exist with intention. When a man's energy feels steady and centered, it tells a woman, you're safe here. That unspoken feeling is far stronger than words or appearance. Presence is the ultimate magnet. It makes her feel cherished. Without adventuring. Part 4. Vulnerability, the hidden strength. Men often hide their emotions, thinking it makes them appear strong. But in reality, vulnerability when expressed with honesty and confidence is powerful. A man who can say, this is how I feel, without fear, becomes deeply human to her. He becomes someone she can trust because authenticity builds emotional safety. Part 5. The deep connection effect. When a man reaches this level of awareness, something magical happens. He no longer needs to chase affection, because a woman naturally leans toward the energy that understands her. That's when she starts opening up more, smiling differently, looking at him longer. Not because he's trying, but because his energy speaks to her heart. In the end, what every woman truly craves is not a man who looks perfect. It's a man who makes her feel peaceful, desired, and seen all at once. The man who understands this never has to compete. He becomes unforgettable, not for what he did, but for how he made her feel. There are men she dates, men she flirts with, and men she forgets. But there's one she remembers not for his body, not for his money, but because he understood her silence. He knew what her sigh meant. He knew what her eyes were hiding. And when the world made her feel too much, he didn't tell her to calm down. He told her, it's okay to feel. That man, he didn't just touch her skin. He touched her soul. And that's the rare kind of man who wins forever. Chapter 1. Why emotional awareness is power. Most people think attraction is built on looks or confidence. But emotional awareness, the ability to understand what another person feels, creates something far deeper: emotional safety. Women don't fall for perfect men. They fall for safe energy, an energy that says you can be yourself here. When a woman feels safe around you, she doesn't just open her heart, she lets down her armor. That's when real connection begins. Chapter 2. The language beyond words. Every woman has two conversations, the one she speaks and the one she feels. A wise man learns to hear both. She might say, I'm fine, but her tone trembles. She might smile, but her eyes are distant. And that's where real empathy lives, in the silence between her words. When you listen without trying to fix her, she starts to feel understood. And when a woman feels understood, attraction becomes inevitable. Chapter 3. The gentle power of energy. Men often underestimate their presence, but energy speaks before words do. If your energy is grounded, calm, and intentional, she feels drawn to you not because you're trying to attract her, but because your stillness feels like peace in a noisy world. The truth is, women notice men who move slowly, who breathe deeply, who make eye contact without needing to dominate. They notice confidence that doesn't shout. That's the energy that says, I don't need attention. I am attention. Chapter 4. Respect creates desire. You cannot truly connect with someone you secretly objectify. Respect is not about rules, it's about recognition. When you treat their story as sacred, her trust grows. When you value her opinions, her heart opens. Respect is not weakness, it's emotional maturity. Every gesture opening a door, remembering details, listening to her thoughts builds a memory that stays with her. Because respect is the purest form of affection. Chapter 5. The beauty of vulnerability. Real strength doesn't come from pretending to be untouchable. It comes from being real. When you tell her, sometimes I get scared too, sometimes I overthink, sometimes I just need quiet, she doesn't see weakness, she sees honesty. An honest eye creates intimacy, the kind that no physical touch can match, because what every woman truly wants isn't perfection, it's authenticity. Chapter 6. The unseen connection. There's a rare kind of love that doesn't need noise. It exists in subtle gestures, the way you look at her, the way you remember small things she forgot, she told you, the way your presence calms her anxiety. That connection is magnetic. It doesn't demand, it invites. You're not trying to win her, you're simply there, real, steady, grounded. That's what makes her feel seen. And when she feels seen, she won't need validation from anyone else. Chapter 7. The difference between desire and depth. Anyone can spark desire. Few can create depth. Desire fades when the novelty ends, but depth grows stronger over time. It's in the late-night talks, shared silences, mutual respect, and emotional alignment. When she says, I feel like I can be myself with you, you've already won something that most never will. Chapter 8. The art of emotional timing. The strongest men know when to lead, when to listen, and when to simply hold space. They understand rhythm in conversations, emotions, and connection. They don't rush, they flow. A relationship is not about constant fireworks, it's about harmony. And harmony is built by those who know how to stay calm in chaos. In the end, the man who becomes unforgettable isn't the one who had everything. It's the one who gave presence, patience, and peace. He didn't chase attention, he created belonging. He didn't impress her, he understood her. And that's why she'll always remember him not as a chapter, but as the story that changed her forever. You'll know she feels it too, not when she says the words, but when her energy changes around you, when her voice softens, when her eyes linger a little longer, when she laughs, not because the joke was funny, but because you made her feel safe enough to laugh. That's when the walls come down. That's when her heart begins to whisper, this one feels different. Because addiction, the kind that runs deeper than desire, isn't about what happens in a moment. It's about what stays after silence. And when you've learned to move through her world with patience, empathy, and calm presence, you'll notice she greets you differently. Her words may sound ordinary, but the way she looks at you, the way her energy settles near you, will say everything her lips can't. That's when you realize you didn't just win her attention, you earned her trust. And trust is the most powerful form of attraction there is. So remember, don't rush connection, don't chase validation. Show up real, listen more than you speak, and let your calm energy do the work. Because in the end, the man who understands presence always wins the heart that words can't reach. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share.